Hey everybody, I'm a little late, a couple minutes late. I was having technical difficulties. It's so frustrating when you pay for these things and then when you need them, they're not working. I'm sure it's user error. Anyway, hope your afternoon is going well. Thanks for joining me late in the day. If you're here, please comment, say hello. I'd love to chat. I usually do this at 10 a.m., my coffee and a card. I am on my first Diet Coke. Now, really, I only have about 2 or 3 Diet Cokes a week, and I needed it today. So I'm having a Diet Coke. But I also have my water. Are there any other multiple drink people out there that they have two things going at once? Hi, Vicki. I have my Diet Coke and my water. Alrighty, I had my little 6-week-old grandbaby this morning, so that is why we are doing this afternoon, and I just snuggled that little thing all morning long. It was so much fun. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera around because there is a lot going on in the month of September in Stampin' Up. If you don't know, I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. And if you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be yours. So reach out to me and we can get you some information and get that relationship started. Starting tomorrow, there will be and through the month of September, Stampin' Up! Is going to offer some weekly deals. I have no idea what the deals are. They're not letting us know. It'll probably be a surprise in the morning or at midnight whenever it updates. So I will post on my social media, and I will be sending out an email if you're on my email list about the weekly deals. So that is the month of September. I hope it goes well because we used to do weekly deals every week and it was kind of fun. Discounted products. Also starting tomorrow, Stampin' Up! Is released some coordinating dies that coordinate with stamp sets in the annual catalog and the holiday catalog. This is only a 30-day promotion, and they are available while supplies last. So my estimation is the Playful Piggy dies will go first because that has been a very popular little stamp set. That's just my opinion. I'm just basing that on nothing other than I just think they're adorable, and that little wagon die is so cute. So if you are interested in any of those, check out my website, leslie.stampinup.net tomorrow, and there will be a link to all of the dies. And I did put something on the Facebook page earlier today advertising that. So that is the September news. And if you use my host code up here, you'll get a gift. I should have taken a picture or saved one of the gifts I sent out for July. I just sent out the July gifts. So August gifts will be going out, hopefully more timely than the July gifts went out. Okay, let's get started on our project. We are going to build this card from scratch because I was so busy with the grandbaby that I didn't get a sample made. So the card is in my head. We'll see how it translates out. But I'm taking a piece of Sweet Sorbet cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11. And I'm scoring it. I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to use my scoring die or scoring blade. And I'm going to cut that or score it right at 5 1/2. So that is going to make our card base. Then I've taken a piece of garden green cardstock that measures 4 by 5 1/4, and I've embossed it with the 3D Timber 3D embossing folder. Isn't that fun? Very rugged. And I'm going to put that over top. So if you haven't guessed yet, we're making a Christmas card. Hi, Carol. Kind of like that side best. So that's going to be our first layer. Now, I've been seeing these cards all over the place, so I thought I'd give it a go. We are going to make a floating card. So what I have done is I've cut several strips. This paper is from the Celebrate Everything DSP. I really love that pack of paper. And this is just a scrap from yesterday. If you're on my mailing list, I send out a Tuesday tutorial, and this is the card, the tutorial I sent out in yesterday's email. I might have posted it on social media as well, a picture. But the paper I used for this card, and so I'm going to use the opposite side for today's card. And we are going to make a floating card. Now there's several different ways to do this. I'm going to line this up on my grid paper. And I'm leaving just little spaces in between. We're going to use the, is this one straight? That one's not straight. That must have been the end of the line. We're going to use some press and seal. You could use some window. This one's not straight either. That must have been the last one I cut. I don't think we even need that much. Okay. So this is what I'm doing. And I think that's how I want it. So I'm going to take a piece of press and seal. Let me move this out of the camera. I used this on Monday as well to make our, I'll pull it out in case you weren't here on Monday, to make our little step card. So this one's on my blog. All the instructions to make a step card are on there. But we used that press and seal to do those tiny little steps. Carol says, how is the new baby doing? She's doing awesome. She stayed up for a while and gurgled and wiggled and squiggled, and then she had a bottle, and her and I watched The Young and the Restless together. No, she went to sleep while I watched The Young and the Restless and just rocked that sweet little thing. Okay, there is my press and seal. Now, I obviously don't need this big of a piece, but I want it to really grab my paper. So I'm going to really apply some pressure. And then I'm going to cut some of this press and seal off. Now, it's not going to be easy because it's sticky. And my scissors probably aren't razor sharp because they cut paper. This may or may not work. Here we go. This pair is a lot sharper. I just want to cut off all this excess. It's got a little static cling going on. I'm just throwing it on my floor. I will clean that up afterwards. I promise I won't leave it on my floor. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, here, let's get this little... If I would have cut this piece of press and seal ahead of time, it wouldn't be so laborious for y'all to watch. Okay, then I'm going to take a circle. I can't get it off my hands. A circle die from the Layering Circles. And I think I'm going to use this largest circle. It looks like I can cut 2 out from these strips. These are just scraps that I had left over from the card I made for Tutorial Tuesday. I'm not sure this is going to work in my mini. Oh, it will. Good deal. So I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to tape that down just a tad because I don't want it sliding all around. And I'm going to use this other half later, not right now, to make an additional card. Since we will have enough. Okay, so we can save this piece for later and cut out another shape, any shape, a heart. I'll probably just do a circle again. But I'm going to set that aside. And then here is our circle cut out. And then I'm going to turn this over and place some Stampin' Dimensionals. Jennifer McGuire, she's a big card maker. I'm sure everyone has heard of her. She probably invented this because rumor has it her husband invented press and seal. So I bet Jennifer came up with this idea. But like I said, you can also use a piece of window sheet. Just cut your strips out and adhere them to the window sheet, and it'll appear as if it's floating on the front of your card. The gray plate. No, I have not, Carol. Is that for like the gray plate? Is that for like embossing folders using the Stampin' Mini? I've used the gray plate on the big machine just for like I used it for this to do this 3-dimensional embossing. I'll pull the plates out here in a minute so we can all figure out what we're all talking about. Use the gray plate instead of the white one. I'll have to give it a go. I just follow the directions. Okay, I'm going to put my circle of strips right on there, and then we're going to just kind of pull up that press and seal. It's amazing how well it works. And there we have like a floating circle on our card front. It's so, whoops, sorry guys. It's really easy and it's kind of a fun technique to use. My cords want to get in the way today. They're discombobulated because of my technical issues I had earlier. I couldn't get my thing to work again. It's getting annoying there. I felt like that needed just a little bit more. I'm just cutting off these little strips off the end. This one is kind of folding up and I don't like that. I'm going to stick a little bit more under there. But I don't want it to show. There we go. Okay. So that is our little circle. Now we're going to embellish that up, and I am going to use, I just grabbed this one because I thought it would be kind of fun to put a banner right in the middle or over to the side of the circle. So I think I'm going to use, I'm thinking I'm going to use this banner and put it right down here. So let's pull out and then I've got a scrap of basic white over here. And I'm going to use my, I think I'm going to use the garden green outline for my banner. Do it right here. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And then we'll use the sentiment. I wonder if Merry Christmas would all fit on there. I don't know if it will. No. So let's put let's do 'Tis the Season. And then when we open the card, all right, I think that'll fit. Yep, perfect. So let me grab, and this one I think I want to stamp in the Sweet Sorbet. That looks really nice. And then we'll cut that out with the die. Let's go ahead and trim some of this off. Getting ready to make another one of those gingerbread houses. I'm in love with those. I am just going to use a little washi tape to hold this in place. Okay, Carol, let's see. There's this gray one. These are for embossing folders. And you say it works good. Well, this one's about the same width as the white one. I'll have to try that, but I'm afraid right now. I'll try that later when I'm all by myself. The light gray, yeah. Yeah, the dark gray I think would be too narrow to get a good impression or a good cut. Don't be afraid. I'll try it, but just not in front of everyone. You know I have enough trouble. Okay, I am going to take my little banner and put it right here with some dimensionals. It still needs something. I went ahead and cut out a couple of these, but I don't know if these are going to be what I want. You know what we're going to do? We're going to cut those out in a different color, I think. I am going to cut out some of these berries. And the holly leaves. We're going to make a little so let's pull that stamp out. The little holly leaves. And I think I'm going to do those in the Granny Apple Green. I'm pulling that color out. And we'll cut those out. And then let's do the holly berries. And let's do those in the sweet sorbet. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. And I'll tape these in place. So they don't go to flying. Huh, are these leaves different? I think they are. There's two different leaves. That would make sense. Why would they give you two different leaf die or stamps if they were the same? That makes sense. Okay. Now, while I'm die cutting, let's see. I wanted to show you guys this bundle. Close up my inks that I'm using. It's over here on page 11 of the Holiday Mini. It's this Christmas banners bundle. And it coordinates beautifully with the Sweet Candy Canes bundle. If you like that, this will go together perfectly. But I wanted to show you that. And you save 10% when you get the stamp set and the dies together. Is that all I'm going to say about that? Yes, that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, while we're die cutting, I'm going to pull out this little twig. And we're going to cut this out in some I don't know, some dark neutral color. I'm going to see what I have over here close by. We're going to cut those out. And I have Regals over here. Excuse me a minute. Let me look in my closet. Okay, I pulled a little piece of soft suede out. I had to turn the camera off because you guys do not want to see in my closet. You guys have a space like that where you just throw everything? I'm organizing out here in my craft room, and in the process of doing that, my closet is becoming a mess because I've moved some things into the closet. So I'm going to have to get in there and make some changes. How often, if you have a dedicated crafting space, how often are you organizing? It seems like I spend more time organizing all of my stuff sometimes than I do making things, which is the fun part. This is going to be fun, putting these tiny little berries on my little stem there. I need to start using a new plate. I have a new plate, but I like to use these till they die, right? Kind of like our cars. We just drive them till they die. All right. I have yet to find my silicone mat. It may be in the closet. That would be very helpful right now. But because I don't have it, I'm going to use this little cellophane 6x8 bag. And then I'm going to just use bits of how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess there's one for each one of these stems, but I put one in the middle. This is kind of fun. Let's move this little guy. There we go. This little tip comes in handy for those small little things like sequins and those things that it's sticky and it grabs on. It's an accessory and add-on to the take your pick tool. And you can buy refills of the gummy stuff. There's a name for it. Of course, I don't know what it is. Okay, so we've got that. I don't want to lose my dies, so I'm going to move them over into the bucket. And then we've got our 2 little leaves. Here's our card. And I am going to, I think, do this. I'm going to kind of play with this for a minute, and then I'm going to add some ribbon or some baker's twine. It doesn't show up in the camera very well, but it's really pretty. Let's see if I can. There we go. It's still kind of blurry, isn't it? There we go. See how I've kind of stacked all that on there? I wish it wasn't so blurry. That's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to put a little baker's twine right there. Sorry about that. Let's go back where we all get a sick stomach from all the jiggling. Now all these dies that I cut out, well, you saw me cut the little berries and the leaves, but I cut these out prior. There is a die for this little guy. Lots of greenery dies. You can stamp them and die cut everything out. I love that. Die cutting changed my card making life. I cannot hardly make a card without cutting something out. Okay, I'm going to put my little stem there. And then I'm going to add my Granny Apple Green leaves. Like I said on Monday, when you're working with these smaller pieces, these reversible tweezers come in really handy. Okay, now we're going to add some, I think it's right here. I'm going to add some white just to kind of, we've got all these dark colors going on. So I'm going to take some white baker's twine. This is the little Baker's Twine Essentials pack, and you get all the different neutral colors. If you're interested in any of the products shown, these will be listed on my blog later in about an hour when I get off, and you can find information about them there. Or my YouTube channel will have a list that you can click on. I always put my Facebook Lives over on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to just put a little blob of glue right here. I think I want my bow to be a little bigger. There we go. Where is my scissors? Here we go. I'm going to use my ribbon scissors. All right, now I think what I'm going to do is one last thing, and I have no idea how this is going to look, but I haven't been using these pearlized enamel effects, and it comes with a white, a red, and a silver, which I've been told looks more like, or a black, which looks more like silver. Like I said, I haven't been using them, but before I put it on my card, I want to test it on this little scrap of garden green to see what it'll look like. think I'm just going to use white. You probably can't see it on the camera, but they look just like little pearls. So I think I'm going to put 3 over here. Thank you, Carol. And I think I'll put 2 down here. Now when you're using these pearlized effects, you want them to dry fully. But they look just like pearls. Isn't that the neatest thing? So that's the card. It's called a floating card because we've made those strips of paper just kind of float in the air. Hi, Lippy. Thank you. We won't be having Make It Monday on Monday because it is a holiday, Labor Day, and everyone will be busy with that. So I will see you again on Wednesday for, let me check my calendar. I don't think you'll be able to see my calendar, hopefully. If you can see my calendar, y'all, I will be embarrassed. Next Wednesday will be the 7th of September already. Oh, I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I will be coming in late on Wednesday. I will post what time. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me, and have a great weekend. And if you're in the United States, have a wonderful, relaxing 3-day weekend. Thank you, Vicki. We'll talk to you later. Happy stamping, everybody.